Survey of 2,323 adults in a certain large country aged 18 and older, conducted by a reputable polling organization, found that 425 have donated blood in the past 2 years. In Part A, obtain a point estimate for the population proportion of adults in the country aged 18 and older who have donated blood in the past 2 years. So, there's some extra information about the age or how recently. What we need to focus in on is the number in the sample that have donated blood divided by the sample size. That gives us a relative frequency or a proportion. And this is to be rounded to 3 decimal places, so 0.183. Verify that the requirements for constructing a confidence interval are satisfied. Okay, let's see here. We were not told that this was a simple random sample. I'm going to go with that. Not sure what they want. The value of see where this is going. Okay, let's check whether this is greater than or equal to 10. So our sample size, again, was 425. Multiply that by the previous answer times 1 minus that previous answer. Although they might want the rounded version. Let's see here. Doesn't say anything. Okay, rounded 3 places. 63.530. Which is greater than or equal to 10. And the population proportion, simple proportion. Okay, less than or equal to 5%. I would be thinking about sample size. We don't know how many are in this country. So we don't know how it compares to the population size. Again, I'm not sure what we need now. A large country, then maybe we could assume it is, 23. 23 might be less than or equal to 0.05 times the size of the entire population. But we don't have the information. I don't know what here we could assume, make us assume that we do have a simple random sample, but let's see what they say. So that last part could be because, 23 might be less than or equal to 0.05 times the size of a large population. But I don't know what we're doing here, except that we're told it's a reputable polling organization. Maybe that's why we could assume that we have a simple random sample. I don't know. But construct and interpret a 90% confidence interval. The format for an interval is point estimate plus or minus margin of error. And in this case, that would be p hat plus or minus a margin of error. Let's see here. It's not a probability. We would be 90% confident. And because we have n times p hat times 1 minus p hat. Oh, it said, weird. Why's that? Get back up here. And one moment. Yeah, that explains that. Sample size was 2323. So when I multiply that by the rounded version of what we got for p hat, 0.183, times 1 minus that, 347 point something, which is what they're showing us here. Okay. Now, since we have that is greater than or equal to 10, then it would seem that maybe we have a normal, something approximately normally distributed. And if there's 90% within, then there'd be 10% outside. Half of that would be 5% or 0.05, which happens with a z-score closest to these two. So I'll go halfway in between since these are equal distance from 0.05. That's going to be negative 1.645. Take that 0.183 minus 1.645 times, let's see, did we get the standard deviation here? Did not. But that would be square root of p times 1 minus p divided by sample size, all underneath the square root. That's our lower bound if I'm doing things right. And switching it to addition would give us our upper bound. We are being asked to go to 3 places. So this first one would round up to 0.170. And then the second would round down to 0.196. Now, I don't have a good feeling about this because there was something I was expecting to show up for the table. It's giving us the normal distribution table. Let's see what happens. They agreed. Okay, moving on.